summer, and while it's tempting to embrace the couch potato life until fall, Maggie Downey is here to share fun activities to keep kids active. And I know that all parents out there are saying to themselves, like, what do we do now? We've gone through every board game, everything imaginable. So how can we keep them moving?
Well, yeah, especially when you have a week like this where there's some promise of rain on the horizon.
Yes.
So there's lots of things to do with items you probably have at home or are pretty affordable if you don't.
Okay.
So there's multiple things if you have just some painter's tape. First of all, just take a strip, put it down on the floor like a line or a zigzag.
All right.
And now if your child is young enough, you've made like a balance beam, but they're not going to fall off because it's just some painter's tape.
Ooh, I love this. Okay.
And you can play too, actually, if you want. Then, if you have a hallway, use the painter's tape to make a hopscotch. And with a bean bag, you've got, every time they go through the hallway, a game of hopscotch.
Okay, love that.
My favorite with the tape is, again, in that hallway, you would take from like a diagonal one corner to the other with the tape.
All right.
Then step back, do another one, then a line across, and you're basically creating...
this like you're trying to go through?
Exactly. You're making Mission Impossible laser hallway.
Now, do we have to be careful with some tape if we're putting it onto walls to make sure that we don't?
Well, that's why painter's tape is good. It's less likely to damage.
Okay.
Masking tape too, but not as good as painter's tape, but like Scotch tape, be careful for sure.
So make sure you are getting painter's tape so you don't have some angry families after these games are finished.
Yeah. If you want to do some more damage to your house and you don't like your lamps, right, we can play hot potato. So we all have a pair of rolled up socks.
Yeah.
But this is best if you have like a playroom and we're just trying to get rid of it as fast we can, right? You catch, you get rid of it. And now we're like burning off kids' energy, but we're working hand-eye coordination.
That's true.
Right? They're building some skills here.
And I always giggle because every single time you come on the show, Maggie, I'm doing this in heels because that's how you exercise apparently. But you, at the end of the day, always remind us that movement is accessible for all, which we love.
Yep. And even if this is too much for your child, they're younger, or you want some counting skills, right? Now we have balloons and it's a little slower. How many times can we keep it in the air together, right?
And you got CT Live colors, always on brand.
Oh,
here.
yeah, yep.
And you know what I love too? I feel like, you know, one of the last times that you came on, which was one of my favorites, you brought a pumpkin and you did a workout with a pumpkin. So there are so many everyday items that you can find in your household that you can turn into an opportunity to exercise with.
100%. I mean, and this you can play with your kid. You can use their imagination. All right, here's an object. What can you do with it, right?
Yeah.
How can we have fun with it? Using imagination, making movement playful.
And movement should be playful. It shouldn't be scary. And you have one more thing.
One more thing. So you can become an animal. And again, this taps into their imagination.
Okay.
So you can have your kids do 20 or 30 seconds of little bunny hops, right?
We love bunny hops. All right.
Want to make it a little bigger? We go deeper, and now we do a frog hop, and you stay a little lower.
You know, we might skip this in the heels here. This is bringing me back to gymnastics practice when I would condition and then I would cry because I was so out of shape.
But there's always modifications, as you point out, right?
There are modifications.
You could do a little duck waddle.
Oh, wait,
right?
We love a duck waddle.
A little fun.
Okay, this is kind of a cute little dance move too. And then finally, Maggie, if people want to follow you for more tips and tricks, because you've just made this so much fun, where can they do so?
Personal Euphoria.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your time. Y'all, I'm out of breath from squatting. That's a whole conversation for another day, but thank you.